Are we back? I think we're back. Okay. Wow, that was incredibly unfortunate timing. So as I was saying, that's pretty neat that they designated two separate roles for that ship. Wow. So let's just give everybody a second to get back here with us now that we've let's see, that was the full discussion. 3.10 wrapped it up on height math improvements and how I'd like to see them maybe do another pass on that. Then we're going to 3.11. I'm gonna go ahead and edit this together with the previous live stream, and then I'm going to repost this as a coherent video. So this little part right here won't actually exist. Wow, that was super inconvenient. Anyways, let me go ahead and repost it now. Wow. Welcome back, Admiral. Thank you for joining me. I'm gonna give everybody just a second to get reconnected in case that's gonna be a thing. Just I can't believe that. Midstream. Thank you, Comcast. It does this to me all the time. I gotta move to a new place, and I gotta get myself a different internet connection because this is unacceptable on a regular basis. I do not own a C2 or M2. The biggest my fleet consists of Banu Merchantman, MSR, Argo Mole, Retaliator, Saber, and an Ursa rover with LTI. I don't know if there's really more I would want. I'm pretty satisfied with the ships that I have at the moment. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and continue this from where we were at though, and let's go on to 3.11. What's your flagship? An Imperial Star Destroyer? I bet it's a Carrack. It's a hull? Oh shit, is it a hull E? Did you go for the big boy, the hull E purchase? Because that's a hell of a deal. I know that's gonna be a huge money maker. Nice, good choice. I can't fault you there. I was deeply considering getting a hull ship. I ended up getting the Merchantman because I think it's a nice compromise. It's going to be like kind of a capital ship, kind of a cargo runner, kind of like a trade hub. I mean, the picture is nice. Put it that way. I mean, I'm under no illusions that I did not just buy a fancy freaking picture. But let's go ahead and continue where we're at on this. They did the repaint. That was kind of a big deal. I like the way that they were able to make the world diverse, feel a little more enriching. It seemed like some of the planets didn't really have a lot to make them stand out compared to the other ones. Updated ground textures. This was actually a really nice pass to see happen too, because the ground textures were kind of repetitive, especially when you would be at places like Ariel. It kind of just looked like a basic red texture with some pointy rocks scattered around on it. By CIG standards, the Holy is a cap ship. I could see that. Yeah, that is a capital ship, 100%. Because I mean, according to their standards, the BMM is like a small capital ship. Updated geology. This was like one of the biggest things that I noticed, especially driving around with ground vehicles and stuff. So this was pretty cool. They got rid of a lot of those rocks that were just kind of like you would drive through them. I thought that was really immersion breaking. As much as it was nice to not get destroyed as soon as you'd run into something. It was good to see the map get cleaned up a little bit. Cargo decks were added. We'll have to see what kind of gameplay this actually implies. Whoa, 372 meters on a hull E. That is insane. That is more than double the size of what they currently have for the BMM. Relaxation of armistice zone restrictions. This was pretty cool to see, and I like the fact that we can now like attack stations. Like you can go attack Everest Harbor and in current 312 get that Idris to spawn. That's like one of the best ways to get it to happen. Wipe everybody out. You're frank, it's barely larger than the Orion. I wasn't aware of that. I haven't done a really big deep dive into the capital ships yet, so I plan on doing that in a later video. probably to contrast the starter ship video that I'm currently finishing up. So that'll be kind of cool. I want to take like a big deep dive into the capital ships and kind of discuss it with the community as I go along, kind of like in this video format. As for force reactions, this was really fun. I still have a lot of fun with this. I love hitting people with grenades and shotguns and like watching NPCs get blown flat on their ass, or, you know, taking a shotgun shell to the chest. You got some heavy armor on and you survive it and it throws you to the ground. You can still like have enough time to med pen, pull your weapon out and shoot the guy. It's cool. I actually had a moment kind of like that when I was doing a hack in SPK. Someone came up and shotgunned me and I hit the ground and I was able to shotgun them back as soon as I hit. And it was kind of cool because he died from his, but I shotted him, hit the ground, immediately med pen, and as he was on the ground, I think he just didn't have a med pen, so he died. But it was a cool change to see. Player and external inventory. This was so awesome to have added. Now we can finally like take stuff from our inventory and put it on a crate in the ground. The next thing they need to do to like really level that gameplay up is just give us a way to pull stuff out of the box. That way I can like run up onto the ship. All right, guys, let's go mess around for a few hours. Let's go do some bounties or something. I don't know. Drop a box on the ground. This has like 10 water and 10 energy bars in it. Let's go. We're ready to go. If you need it, you can run up, refill your inventory, get yourself a food or drink. That'd be nice to see. I know this is like stage 1, but I feel like we're so close. They could do that. Like how much more implementation does it take to make it so that I can instead go from the right to the left, go from the left to the right, you know? That's kind of how it is. Improved throw. I don't know if you guys have seen my video that's called I got to use guns in Armistice, but throw has not been improved. All they did was make it so you can underhand and overhand, and even then it's such a weird, glitchy, buggy, non-responsive system. I think it's due to I really think it's due to server-side OCS, but it's just like I'll throw a grenade and I think the grenade went that way and then it's on the ground by my feet and then it explodes over there, and it doesn't make any sense. They need to fix that system. Nomad, hell yes. I love this starter ship. Great starter ship. 100i, also a great starter ship. The whole 100 series is really cool. My favorite's the 135C. I can see it being a really good stealth cargo, like drug runner. This would be a really good use for that ship. We got the old MSR. Seems like the crowd favorite of this year. When the C2 comes out, I'll show it to you. Hell yeah, I would so love to check out the C2. The C2, the M2, like, I like the Crusader line of ships. I really like the direction that they're headed with the MSR, and to see it implemented on a larger ship and kind of get immersed in it that way, I think will be really neat. So I'll 100% take you up on that. New weapons got added. We got the ballistic shotgun and the grenade launcher. Probably two of my favorite weapons that they've added to the game recently. The grenade launcher is so satisfying. You can go around and do bounties with it and just boom, lay a dude down, boom, lay another one down, boom, and like it's like 6 kills right there, good to go. As long as you make direct contact or hit by their feet, like they're going down, one shot. The shotgun's pretty damn good too. I like this a lot more than I like the Devastator shotgun or the double barrel shotgun, just because you have so many shots in the barrel or in the mag. Plus, it's really like quick. You can really unload the bearing pretty quick. Don't warn you, I'm gonna cram as many buggies in it as possible, man. I'm so down for that. Let's see how many buggies we can fit. That's the fun of the Grave Cat PTV, right? You can cram as many in your ship as you can, and then hope it doesn't explode because they're like 5 hull points. Portec, ground cover buoyancy. I have not explored that yet. I'm gonna give this a shot. Why is there rubber duckies? Where can I find a rubber ducky? This just piqued my interest very, very intensely. This is something I haven't checked out yet. We'll need to check this out on the stream tomorrow, I think. Hopefully Comcast decides to cooperate and tomorrow's stream will work pretty nicely. Kind of part of why I'm doing the stream tonight, so I can make sure that my stream settings are all okay. I had to wipe my computer and start over. Here we are. Where we currently stand, my beautiful people. 3.12. I like this patch. C2 will finally dethrone the cat. Yeah. Maybe. See, here's the thing that I've been considering, right? What's the... We have a Google machine. We have a Go Gadget Google. I'm gonna go with, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna go with just this site, SC Tools. It's kind of accurate. Cargo capacity of 624. Shield generators, large. Okay. I don't know. I can see it. I can definitely see it. The question I think is going to be, how does it fly? It'd be really neat if there was a reason to fly the Caterpillar versus the C2 Hercules. So I guess I could see. I guess I could see the. I know, but just because it has what? So like, what's the running cost going to be? Right? Is this going to be like the MSR where I have to dump half of my fuel tank in order to leave atmosphere? Welcome to the chat, alien baby. I don't see 52 SCU being that big of a deal. I'm sorry, 48 SCU being that big of a deal. I'll be completely honest. Like that would not make me want to get it over the Caterpillar if I already had one, especially since it's like $70 more than the Caterpillar. So I don't know. I don't think it's going to necessarily dethrone the Caterpillar. What I think it's going to do is it's going to give us an option so that we're going to have two different choices. Yeah, so since it's made by Crusader, it's going to be maneuverable, which means it's also going to like drink fuel. So the question at the end of the day, there's two big questions that are going to come to mind. One, are they going to tweak the way that cargo running works so that places are going to constantly have a supply and demand of 600 or more SCU? And two, is that initial value, or is the return on investment that you're going to get from that initial like 48 SCU going to be worth the cost? I mean, probably, right? You have to have a good reason for the ship to exist, but since it's a civilian heavy transport, I feel like they're gonna find some way to make it so that the Caterpillar is still something that you might want for your daily cargo runner. Got a couple of options in cargo ships already, so they have to come up with some system to make each of these fulfill a specific role, I guess is what I'm trying to get to at the end of the day, because I don't care about 50 SCU being the main difference in the ship. Like what is the selling point? I don't see any additional weaponry, right? Where's the weaponry? Okay, so it has 3 turrets instead of 2. That's pretty nice. The big advantage for the Caterpillar though is also going to be that detachable cargo hold, so we do have that to take into consideration. Well, better, right? Because I mean, you can also carry quite a few vehicles from the Caterpillar as well, if you're brave and find a way to get them up those side ramps. But like they're saying that there's also supposed to be the modularity of the Drake Caterpillar. So I'm wondering if maybe the modularity is going to be the big thing that separates it from the Hercules. I just don't see the Hercules necessarily being like the Caterpillar killer. You know, I hear people say it all the time, but I don't buy it. I think that you're going to have a hell of an investment cost for this. I know it's probably going to move faster though. So like you have that time cost the time sunk and how much cost that's going to be, and if it offsets the amount that you're not going to get from the Caterpillar and all of that. So we also don't know if 624 is going to be the confirmed cargo capacity, right? Because these are all speculative numbers at this point, or have they like confirmed concretely that it's going to be 624? Honestly, don't like Drake and love Crusader, so I have a bias. Well, I don't necessarily think that's a bias. I think that's a factor when it comes to considering ships, because if you like Crusader more than you enjoy flying a Drake ship, that's a huge factor for you. I like Drake in its own way. I think Drake fulfills that really cool niche of like utilitarian and cheap. I mean, affordable. Like, they're good options. So the running cost of the Caterpillar needs to be dramatically lower than the Crusaders, because the C2 should cost more. You're going to have a better experience in it, You probably have safety measures. I mean, there's no escape pods. There's no ejection. If you're in a Drake ship and you're screwed, you're gonna die. Like there's no getting out and saving your skin. So that, you know, I think that might be one of the trade-offs too. I think it would be fairer for the Caterpillar to be the more economical option, to be able to maybe make you a better profit margin, but do so in a more unsafe fashion. On to 3.12, the current beautiful patch that we're chilling in. We got our planetary improvements. I've been a big fan of these. I would like to see them adjust the way things look at a distance so that when I'm like flying in from atmosphere, things don't have such a bad... It's like Grand Theft Auto 4 for the Xbox One, where you're moving in and all of a sudden things just like start popping in at speed, you know? It's insane. I have a hard time when I'm trying to film like nice recorded video, especially when I'm like coming into atmosphere and stuff like that. Sometimes I'll have to reshoot the same scene like 3 times because you'll get like such a bad pop in. Could be my CPU. I mean, I'm trying to get a 3800X, but you know, it's just what it is. I'd like to see it pop in a little more clean. I imagine that's going to come with iCache, might come with server meshing. It's got to be back end, but this was really cool to see, and I like how pretty the planets are starting to look. Like they're really dialing it in. Spacescaping, dude. The gas clouds at the Lagrange points are so cool. I'm so damn glad that they added those. They give me a reason to visit. How much SC does the M2 have? That's a good question. That's a good question. We're coming up here. I'll pull M2 up, and then we'll take a look at it here in a second. Refinery decks were added. I got a whole video on that. Refineries are awesome. I can't wait till they get trade working fine again, so that refinery decks serve a solid purpose. We don't have people losing their crap because they go to leave and then they make it to a trade panel and the trade panel's not buying. So refinery decks are going to be really good once they kind of iron out the problems that we're experiencing with trade. Again, I'm thinking it's all server side. AI intercepting torpedoes. AI turrets have been given the ability to intercept incoming torpedoes. I've not seen that yet. That's kind of interesting. I'm gonna try popping some torps today. Yeah, trade will be really fun, especially like. So here's what I'm imagining, right? End game. What I see their goal being for how they have this cargo system set up. You know, they're adding the C2, they're adding the M2. What if it's gonna be a situation where they're no longer just generating Laranite at Bezdek, right? What if it's going to be a situation where I need to go mine the Laranite, bring it to Bezdek, and then that's going to, like, I know that's the end goal for Quantum, but what are you going to do when the game is released? I know the first thing I'm going to do when this game is released is I'm going to sit down with a nice glass of scotch and I'm going to enjoy it to its fullest. I'm going to sit down and sup it like a fine wine. Wow, that's so loud. AI fire mode usage and target priorities. Fire modes ensure that AI can change weapons, use varying fire modes, and that turrets properly prioritize targeting. I have not seen them try to EMP me once. Make NPCs EMP CIG. That was a lot of fucking acronyms. What about a second hole E and make it a Kruger carrier? Kruger carrier. Oh man. Yeah, Scotch is great. I'm gonna get myself like a nice 18-year-old, 21-year-old, the Glenfiddich, and just go from there. Ship turret AI accuracy system is now based on convergence. Is there more info on this? No. Okay. I mean, I see the image of the Reliance series here, and I had a buddy that used to love flying the Tana, and I think convergence was a big issue for it, so to have that get adjusted, it's pretty nice. Capital ship combat behavior improvements. I know that they're saying that this is one of the big things that they implemented so that we could be prepared for Xenothreat to come. I have seen Xenothreat spoilers. I will not discuss Xenothreat spoilers here. What I will tell you is that the Xenothreat is a terrorist organization. They're going to be trying to take over Stanton. Even the Ninetails and the Dusters are going to be on our side to try and stop them because they are our competitors to the gangs of Stanton. So look forward to that, guys. There's going to be some really, really cool shit coming with that Xenothreat invasion. Reputation. Was a little bit glitchy when it first came out. Again, this is like their first step towards getting those NPCs working. I want to see reasons to speak to NPCs. I'm so tired of walking around an empty universe where there's no reason to have a conversation with anybody. I think the only person I've had a conversation with in game is Miles Eckhart. I am not ETF. If I was Evocati, I wouldn't mention anything about Xenothreat. But if I get to get some good footage of things that are going on in Evocati, and it's not something that's going to compromise the person that I'm talking to about it, I will definitely share it to you guys. The problem that we're running into is some of the stuff that I've seen, and it's such a limited team that they will likely be very screwed over if I were to release anything. They're being very tight about this kind of stuff. I've also worked under an NDA, so as much as I would love to get you guys the information and share stuff with the community, I don't think that it's fair. And I do like your ship names. I just, 2 whole E's, my guy. Holy shit. Maybe an Orion. Maybe get an Orion and a whole E. That way you can, you know, have them kind of work in tandem. Landing services update for Ordnance replenishment. This was really cool. To see countermeasures finally get replenished. I used to actually have to delete, like, backspace my ship and claim it so that I could get my countermeasures back. So that's really cool. The mining UI refactor is probably my number 2 favorite thing about the 3.12 patch. Number 1 being the refineries, just hands down. Number 2 being the refactor. The UI is great. Again, it goes back to my bitching earlier about how I would like to have HUD elements be something that I have full control over the color of myself. I think people who are colorblind would really like that as well. The reason I mentioned that so much, growing up, my brother was colorblind, so I was never able to say, get the green one, or get the red one, or get the blue one. Contrasting colors, they don't have an issue with, from my understanding. So as long as we could get the ability to adjust the UI, like if I'm out in an asteroid field, maybe I want to have it be red. If I'm down in Microtech, let me have it be green or blue or whatever color I want. Just like give me an MFD for that or something. Come on, guys, it can't be that hard. Countermeasures getting reworked again. They're still trying to kind of dial in what they want for countermeasures. I imagine this is not the last we're going to see of the countermeasures reworks to give us different types. Torpedo attack and counterbalance and behavior. Torpedoes do hurt more. That I've definitely noticed. I can actually take out a hammerhead with my retaliator way faster. Especially a Carrack. Like, I noticed if I get like 3 to 4 like dead hits into a Carrack with a torpedo, hell yeah, it goes right down. I got like, I think it must have been a good cockpit hit the other day where I took one out with 3 shots. Maybe he hadn't upgraded his shields. I'm not sure what happened with that, but it was super satisfying to nuke a Carrack in 3 hits. What our plan is going to be is he mines. I bring the stuff to refineries, give some of the materials to my friend who owns a Pioneer, and sell the rest. Lots of profit. Oh, see, that's the kind of shit that I'm talking about. You have your like crew of friends that are out doing the mole and prospector mining. They bring it into the Orion. The Orion gathers it up, gives it to the whole D or the whole E. That thing takes it over to a Pioneer, sells the scrap that it doesn't need, gives the Pioneer what it needs for you to make your little outpost to build stuff. Like, there's so much room for really fucking cool, emergent, and immersive gameplay. And like, I know I'm kind of new to Star Citizen, so I'm still kind of like completely wowed by a lot of it. But you know what? I'm trying to keep the positive vibe as much as I can, because this is stuff that's really cool to me. I have a background in game development, so going through this process, looking how they're doing their alpha and everything, this is awesome. This is such a unique and cool thing, guys. I think people really underestimate like the cool opportunity in the gaming universe that we've been given by being able to participate in something like this by paying a lot. Anyways, total side rant out of nowhere. Vehicle entry identification. This is kind of a big deal. I suck at finding ships entrances that I don't know, like the Reclaimer. I started in January, February. I love this game. Does it frustrate me? Hell yeah. Have I raged out and gotten pissed at this game? Oh, you bet, dude. When I first started playing this game, I was on an 8320 with an RX 580 with like 16 gigs of RAM. I had a spinner disc. Like, it was barely chugging along. It was so frustrating, but like the few little snippets of gameplay that I got to enjoy at that time were fantastic. I upgraded my computer. I've got a 5700. I've got the 2700X, or 2600X. Everything's running good for me now. 32 gigs of RAM, running on an NVMe. I invested way before computer parts got expensive this year too, so I was very lucky on that. I'm very grateful for that opportunity. And this game is fantastic. I'm really excited to see where it goes from here, especially with the progress that I've seen just in this year. It's something where like there's a big like iron curtain in front of us, but just behind that curtain there's a whole lot of good content. And when it comes to game development and things like this, dude, it's that last 10%. It really is that last 10%. And you know, having like the shittiest beta alpha period that I can possibly remember was Elder Scrolls Online. Elder Scrolls Online was so bad. The last like 8 months of it were literally just beta stress testing. And to see people complaining now about like server problems and bugs and things like that, and I complain myself too, I'm not gonna act like I'm better than everybody else, but to see the complaints that they're having now and consider what they're gonna go through when we have to go through the beta stress testing period, when they're just bringing the servers to their knees on purpose, people are gonna be pissed. So enjoy it while we can, everybody. We're going through that really fun alpha period of just the shotgun method of development where, you know, content is being dumped on us, just tons of it. They're working on it. I mean, when you consider everything this year, I'm surprised they got this much content out. Station-based refining, we already discussed this. If you do raw, it's worth half as much. Refining is the shit. The whole addition of this new gameplay style is awesome. For those of you just joining in now, I'm gonna have to kind of merge this and the previous stream together into a video, and I'll be reposting it later if you'd like to review this from the beginning. I had a little bit of an internet issue halfway through, but we're trucking on. Tier 0 weapon zeroing, kind of an interesting nomenclature here. I don't know why weapon zeroing really needs to exist if I can't see a player beyond like 60 meters, but hey, let's just keep the content coming in. Screw it. Maybe it'll be one of those things where when we get tier 1, they'll finally update the refresh rate for where players' positioning is, and we'll actually be able to snipe people. That'd be really neat. New elevator panels are fantastic. I absolutely love that they show your current location. The lobby button is actually present at the bottom of a lot of screens instead of having to scroll through everything. That was a pretty nice quality of life improvement, so I'm glad they did that. Ships and vehicles. Keep on trucking, trademark with Jack Axton. I didn't even realize that. Asperia Talon. Good ship. I've tried it out. I really like it. I think it has a solid role. The Shrike I haven't tried out yet. I think probably working in tandem, they would be really, really good. Putting like 2 C788s on the Talon, oh, it hits hard. Great ship, so maneuverable, really neat design philosophy behind it. I like the aesthetic for it. I really think, honestly, with the Nomad, with the 100 series, with the MSR, the Talon, everything that I've seen come out in the last few months, like they knocked it out of the park. I mean, even the Cutlass Blue that came out this year, that was a great fucking ship. Like they've done a really good job, and I'm so impressed. In this update, what do you recommend doing to make credits? Currently, pick up presents. Go find all the Christmas presents you can. Go to Grimhex, go to Loreville. Run around and pick up presents, dude. You get 1,000 credits per present that you pick up. Get yourself Novikov armor, Pembroke armor, load that thing up. You can carry like 150 presents. That's like 150k credits. You can easily make like 200k per trip. Or per hour, my apologies. If you don't want to do that and you want to get involved in more intricate gameplay, I would say do bounty hunting. Yeah, do Merc missions, do bounty hunting, do ECN alerts. Get yourself up to the high risk targets. High risk targets are incredibly rewarding. You get like 30k, 40k per like lap. You only have to kill 3 guys. The extra enemies spawn in after the main target, so if you're really quick, you can fly in, nuke the first target when he spawns, and then fly out before the rest show up. You gotta sell the gifts at admin offices specifically, so I'll just lay them all out for you right now. If you're going to Loreville, you have to sell it at the admin office located near like Tammany and Sons. Don't take a train, sell it next to your Habs where the admin office is there. You can also sell them at any of the admin offices for any of the like orbital stations, like Port Bagini, Port Tressler, any of that stuff, Everest Harbor. If you're at Area 18, you cannot sell it at the Trade and Development Division. You have to sell it at the panels that are next to it near the big disco ball area. If you're in Microtech, I think you have to go to MT Planetary Services instead of the Trade and Development Division. So it's one of those things. You have to go to very specific panels. You have to make sure you're hitting admin services. Same places where you would go to sell like Hadnite, not where you would go to sell Laranite. Okay, that's probably the easiest way I can explain. Weapons and items. The Bearing LMG, I fucking love Bearing weapons. Bearing and Gemini are like my two favorite. I'll be honest with you. The Bearing LMG feels so satisfying. I don't know if you guys have tried it yet. It's like super accurate. Admins are located by going to, as soon as you exit your Easy Hab at, for instance, Everest Harbor, you should see a couple of elevators that are called, what is it, Station Transportation Services or something like that. You'll go to the Galleria. The Galleria will have an orange area that's labeled admin. You should be able to sell at the trade panels in there. The Gemini sniper rifle is really cool. I like how quick and responsive it is, and I love that they did the sound rework on it. I don't know if you guys paid attention to the Inside Star Citizen that they did on it, but oh, super cool. Super cool. Love the new guns. Love them. Yeah, the FS9 is fucking awesome. Oh, you said I know. Oh, my bad. Well, in case somebody didn't know, there was an unnecessary explanation for y'all. So let's move on to what's got me so excited, guys. 313. This list is, oh, I know I'm being really hopeful, but I really hope that they live up to what they have posted in this list right now. So let's go ahead and get this started. Non-commercial overlays. I think this is just going to be a little bit of fluff addition to the refineries. Stanton system polish. Yes. Yes, hopefully this addresses that issue where things look bad from a distance. It'd be so damn cool. Please, 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 CIG, fix visual pop-in. I don't care if I get a 5 to 10 frame rate drop. I want it to look a little prettier. That's it. Then you can fix performance after. Adding additional asteroid variations to the Stanton system, that's going to be really neat. The asteroids are a little bit repetitive. Also nice to see these little tweaks to slowly bring it into a more immersive game. So this is cool. Cave entrances, drive-in, and sinkhole. Hopefully this means that we will now have a viable option for hand mining that isn't just go to the Aberdeen cave for the investigation mission and hope that you don't get lost. You know? Oh, live animals would be neat. There is a video that they did a while back for an Inside Star Citizen that's talking about the animals of the verse and the aliens of the verse, and they go over some of the animals that they're going to be producing, and they show a bunch of the concept art for some of them, and that's actually something I'm going to be doing in a video relatively soon. I plan on discussing the aliens of Star Citizen that we're aware of as well. So that's going to be covering the stuff that they've put out in concept. I'm going to be covering the alien races, and I'm just going to be kind of talking all about alien in the next lore video that I put out. That's probably going to be in the next couple of weeks too. I've got a few other videos I need to finish before that, and I usually like to take my time on the lore stuff. Yeah, the freaking, it's like a bear yeti in Microtech. It's so damn cool. All right, let's talk about gameplay changes that are coming. These are going to be neat. Very neat. Saying neat. Force reactions, again, getting a rework. That would be really cool. It seems like they only throw you backwards. I don't really notice a lot of like side reactions. Missile guidance rework. Converting missiles to use IFCS guidance and control systems. That's going to deeply impact how missiles work. I think that's going to make size 1 and size 2 missiles a little more impactful in gameplay than they currently are. Vehicle names and serial numbers. I am so excited for this. I finally get to name all my ships, all kinds of stupid stuff. I gotta think of some horrible play on Millennium Falcon. Like bicentennial freaking crow or some crap. I don't know. That was a terrible name. I'm gonna move on from that. Vehicle visual degradation. Wear and tear on ships as they age and degrade. Given how often I have to melt or claim ships, I'm not sure how much of an impact this is going to have. I wonder if it's going to be on claimed ships as well. Any ship names? Dude, I'm drawing a blank. I really can't think of any ship names. I know for a 100% fact the Argo mole that I have is going to be called Bertha because I've just always called her Bertha. She's Bertha. It is what it is. She unyieldy. Hope you can clean ships then. Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, I hope that when you claim your ship, maybe that'll get it touched back up to looking good. But, oh man, I love the idea of having a 300i just like looking all kinds of atmosphere burnt and like it's been through some shit. Like you show up in your 325A and it's just like covered in soot and wear and tear. And you're like, yeah, this is a luxury ship, but she fights. All right, moving on. Merlin and Constellation docking! Oh! That's a big deal. I don't know what's up with hacking, I'll be completely honest with you guys. Maybe this will allow us the ability to remote hack the freaking comsats with like a herald? Yeah? Yeah? Give the herald a reason to exist, CIG? Name one of my ships poop face. Yes. You gotta have that little bit of like, you just can't take yourself seriously all the time. Merlin and Constellation docking though. Oh my God, guys. It's right there. It is right there. If they can just fucking get that done. That is such a huge thing. Such a huge thing. Missile operator mode, giving players the ability to select and fire specific missiles. That'd be really helpful. I'm sick of having to just run one missile loadout because like it doesn't realize that I need to like split missile loadouts and stuff like that. It'd be cool to have a little more control. Law system V2 surrender, ability for criminals and ships to surrender to security rather than be killed. I wonder if this will also include NPCs. Like, am I going to be able to just like EMP and then like distortion cannon the living crap out of an NPC ship and then roll up in my stalker and be like, yo, get in the cell, get in, and they do it? I wish. Oh boy, I wish. Thank you for, I appreciate the compliment, Alien Baby. I really do. I feel like if the Merlin's docking, the Archimedes is going to be docking, right? They're pretty much the same thing. Ship to station docking. Implementing the ability to dock ships to space stations. Right? Handsome. Oh, y'all are making me blush. Stop it. Stop it. Implementing the, oh my God. Is that both forms of docking in the same patch? If I swear to God, CIG, if there is anything you deliver in this content patch, anything, please give us docking. I need docking. We can, that opens up the doors to so many fucking ships. Speaking of ships, this is what Admiral's been waiting for right here. Y'all ready for this? Oh, the Mercury Starlifter, both variants. We get our M2, we get our C2, we'll have our MSR. Yes, yes, yes. Like 313 is looking like an amazing patch, guys. Right, Reclaimer and 890 just spawning at Everest Harbor. Like, not even that. What if this means that now we'll be able to use the docking collar on the Freelancer? You'll be able to use the docking collar on the Tally. What if you can, like, what if this just opens up docking collars in general? You know, and now we're finally able to take our ships and not have to go through the stupid and annoying process of, is the A2 a Starlifter? Oh, we'll look at we'll look at the M2 right now, actually. We took a look at the C2 earlier. Let's take a look at this M2. Military Protean Vehicle Transport that supports strategic lift and landing operations. So significantly less SCU, but it's military. So I imagine weaponry. Weaponry looks like it's going to be a lot stronger. Okay, okay. It also costs significantly more than the C2. I'll be honest. What's the key difference between this and the C2? Because for me, it just kind of looks like maybe it's going to have like a troop transport bay so that you don't have to worry about people getting whipped around in Quantum. Something like that. Not sure. Okay, let's see. Weaponry. Let's just compare. I feel like it's got to be weaponry. So it's got 2 size 4s. Do I use the Toby? I don't have the Toby. No, I do not. I'm actually wanting to get a VR headset, and I want to go that route with it. Use the tracking from that, and then have the fully immersive headset experience that way. I don't like the idea of like moving my head like this and looking at the screen that way, but I might just be misunderstanding the way that Toby is supposed to. Oh, A2, that's what I was looking up. A2 Hercules. What's the difference here? Heavy gunship. Oh, okay, so it still has 200 SCU of cargo, but it has bombing capabilities. So I imagine that means it's gonna have torps. Size 10s, hell yes. Hell yes, it's weird. Yeah, the Toby does look kind of weird. It's also a $700 standalone pledge. Oh my God. Dude, the payload on this thing is insane though. I do like Fleet Viewer. I actually just posted a copy of my fleet the other day from Fleet. Very, very fun application. I like that you get to kind of dink around and see how everything is scaled up next to each other with cool little 3D models. It's a nice touch. This community does some awesome stuff. Like, I really like this. Oh, it's going to be the only carpet bomber? That's badass. That's totally badass. Yeah. Can't wait till there's a reason to carpet bomb stuff too, like theaters of war, I'm telling you. Mounted guns. This is what I'm confused about. Further expanding the player's arsenal by allowing you to take control of a mounted gun on either a vehicle or the ground. These weapons will offer greater firepower and stability at the cost of mobility. I thought that we already had mounted guns in like the Valkyrie, which is what they're showing a screenshot of. Does this mean that they're going to be adding fixed mounted gun positions like throughout the map? Because that would be cool. Like you go in to do a combat mission in the bunker and you've got mounted guns loaded up inside and guys are trying to take you on as you come down the elevator. Maybe step up the challenge. Le tonk. Convert legacy data management to iCache? What the fuck? What? No. Bullshit. I don't believe it. I don't believe we're getting this in 3.13. Make me a liar, CIG. Do it. Oh my God, if we get iCache in the next 3 months, I'll shave my head. I will shave all of my hair and I will donate it all to Locks of Love. Look at this shit, okay? I mean, I'm probably gonna do it anyways, but you know what? If it happens in the next 3 months, mark my words, guys, this is December 26th. That gives us, I'll go March, guys. If we have iCache on March 26th, I will shave my head. I will donate all of this hair to charity. If we get 3.13 and we still don't have iCache, I'll do it anyways. But I'll do it live on stream in the instance that we get iCache. Okay, look at this. This is like 4 years of growth, guys. Bet. I love my hair, but I'll grow it back. iCache. iCache. Oh my God, 3.13, guys. 3.13's looking good. I'm really looking forward to this this wave of content to hit. Q2 is earliest, that is just preparing for it. Well, we'll see, guys. We'll see if we can get it by then. But it's okay. Retarget all gameplay systems that use legacy persistent data management to the new iCache interface. I think this is step one to meshing, though. Because look at the wording for this. Retarget all gameplay systems that use the legacy persistent data management. If they retarget it to the new iCache system, it won't be referencing legacy data management. That means that it has to be iCache. It has to be. Retarget all gameplay systems that use legacy. Maybe it will be step 1 though. It'll be one of those things where they get it like half completed, you know, where they're like, okay, well, we have, you know, trade is on iCache, and like maybe like physical item persistence, like if I leave a candy bar on. I'm actually in Colorado, so kind of I'm like 1 hour ahead of West Coast. Oh damn, it's midnight. I just caught on to that. I mainly was doing this kind of impromptu. I am going to be back in 11 hours, everybody. I'll be doing my usual Star Citizen stream. Every Sunday I stream Star Citizen for at least 3 hours. Sometimes 2.5 because I have to work on videos and I don't have that much time. But yeah, if you guys are enjoying this content and you haven't already subscribed or hit that thumbs up, please do. It really helps me out. And I will be doing another stream tomorrow morning if you guys want to join in then. Lighting should be a little bit better on the camera since it won't be nighttime. But I really appreciate everybody who joined into the stream today, especially since I haven't seen many of you before. Thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate the viewership. And signing out from the beautiful Rocky Mountains. Everybody have a good night, good morning, good day, wherever you are. And I will catch you next time. Peace.